How do, and welcome back. God, it's a hot day today. I'm looking forward to this review. Oh, it's about 27 degrees. Yesterday was 28, and it's been going on for ages now. So I'm ready for a beer. The beer I'm reviewing today, I think I told you on Sunday, is Sann Kveik Pale Ale. Now, when I bought this, I thought it was a Norwegian ale. It's not, it's actually British. It's made by the Framework Brewery in Leicester, and they make this Kveik Pale Ale. They're a brewery that's only about 5 years old, and they're a craft brewers, and they make this Sann Pale Ale. So I'm going to crack this open as quick as I can, pour it into a glass and start drinking because I'm red hot. Absolutely. Right, here we go. There we go. Wow, that's a carbonated beer. It has been actually stood on my desk for about an hour, so it's probably warmed up a bit too much. Should have kept it in the fridge, really. But yep, it's a hazy, almost like a Pilsner style colour. A lot of carbonation, and that's what you want when it's so blinking warm. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah. Let me have another taste. Tastes quite wheaty, to be honest. They don't actually put the ingredients on the bottle, which I don't know if you... I thought you had to by law, but they don't put the ingredients on the bottle. There's quite like a wheaty mouth feel to it. And yeah, you can't taste the yeast. That's the thing about Kveik. It's very neutral, but you can taste some of those yeasty esters. There's definitely like I would say a bit of an oranginess there, a bit of citrusiness, and a little bit of a farmhousey sort of taste. Very dry, which is what I like. It's a smashing beer, that's a really nice beer. On a hot day like this, it goes down a treat. Let me top it up. Blimey, I could finish this bottle in about 5 minutes. It's very easy drinking, but it's only 4.4%, so it is a session ale. No, that's a cracking pint. I'm really enjoying that. Nice mouth feel, about medium body, because of that wheat. It seems to give it a bit more body, or that wheat flavour. I don't know if they use wheat in the recipe. Nice citrusiness, but it's that dryness that I really enjoy. It's not overly bitter though. It's not very hoppy. That's a cracking summer ale. That really is a nice summer ale. Yeah, I'm going to buy that again. Really nice. Right, so you may have noticed I've got something here. What I'm going to do this evening is put together my yeast starter for wild yeast. So basically I'm just going to boil up half a litre of water, put in 50 mils of light pale malt extract. Just bring that to the boil, put in some hops. Basically, sorry, it's carbonated. Put in some hops, boil it all together, and let it cool overnight. And then tomorrow what I'm going to do is put it in a little, like a jam jar, a half-litre mason jar, that sort of thing, and leave it outside with a bit of cheesecloth over the top, or I might use one of my hop socks and put a hop sock over the top just to stop any bugs getting in, and then I'll leave it there until Friday morning, and I'll bring it indoors, and hopefully I'll have caught some yeast and it will start to ferment when it's indoors. But we'll have to wait and see. It's trial and error when you're dealing with nature. But that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. I might video it actually, and then I can show you what I'm doing, because what I plan to do is a couple of experimental brews. And because they're experimental, I don't want to be brewing 20 litres or 23 litres. So I've got these 5-litre fermenters, and then what I intend to do is, for the wild yeast experiment, I'll just make a very small batch, 5-litre batch of beer, and pour the wild yeast in here. And the reason for that is, if it makes me ill, I'm not losing a lot. I can just chuck this down the sink. It's not like I've got 23 litres of beer that's bad. Hopefully it won't be, though. We'll have to wait and see. I bought 2 of these. The other one, I'm going to experiment with what's called a raw beer, which is a beer you make, but you don't boil. You just pasteurize the wort at about 80 degrees for about half an hour. You add hops in, and that sort of temperature is enough to get all the bitterness out of the hops. And obviously I'll put some flavour hops in as well. So you leave it for about half an hour, and then you ferment it. Basically, that's it. There's no boil. So I'm going to try a raw beer as well. There is a YouTube channel on, YouTube, and it's called Basic Brewing, and they did a raw pale ale. And they've been around for donkey's years. And there's 2 guys, and one brews, and there's a co-host. And the co-host tasted this beer, and he was sure that they'd used his partner had used specialty malts in the beer, but he hadn't. It was just pale malt extract. So he thought maybe because he's getting all this lovely toffee flavour, that when you actually boil malt for like 1 hour or 1.5 hours, you're actually boiling away some of the flavour of the malt, and hence you need the specialty malts to add some flavour back in. So from a half-hour boil of dry malt extract, they were getting really lovely sweet malt toffee notes. So I'm going to try and replicate it. But again, I don't really want to brew 23 litres if it's not that successful. So I've bought 2 of these, and the other one is going to be for raw beer. So that's what I've got coming up. A few small little beer experiments, because that's what this hobby is all about, just experimenting. Oh, and drinking as well. If you're in the UK and you see this in the shops, I'd definitely buy it. It's great for this type of weather, this nice summer weather. It's light, refreshing, citrusy. There's that dryness at the back end. Well, sort of that dryness you get like from saisons and farmhouse beers, you know. Yeah, really nice beer. It's Sann from Framework Brewery. I bought these online, but if you see them in the shop, for sure go and buy one, because it's a really cracking beer. I'm enjoying that, and I'm going to enjoy it for a while longer as well. Okay, I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.